Dr. Erica Jones from the Art of Transition podcast, and this is my first solo visual podcast. If you've been following over the past year, you'll understand that I started off as strictly audio. Then I had some good friends who encouraged me to keep going, no matter the circumstances, no matter what happened. So now I am coming to you live with a visual podcast. Yes. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your attention so much. In a world where we are continuously being distracted and there's just so many things that are pulling for our attention, I want to thank you, and I hope that I continue to offer value as the podcast evolves. As you know, we've highlighted some amazing entrepreneurs. I mean, some excellent entrepreneurs. And that's the goal of the podcast, is to highlight excellence in entrepreneurship. As the podcast continues to evolve, you're going to see the art of transition. And that's what life is about. Transition is about movement. Going from one place to the other. From one thing to the other. And remembering to never really be stagnant. So as you continue to follow the podcast, you're going to see travel. Yeah. Right now, I'm on the rope bridge in the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. And yes, it's hot, and I'm happy to be hot, okay? One thing to note, this bridge was not easy to find. So if you come to the Atlantis in the Bahamas, it's gonna take a little bit of work to get this type of scenery. But it was well worth it. There's no one out here but me. And I want to live the type of life where I can bring others with me, and I continue to uplift people. That is my goal. I'm going to be highlighting places where travel is convenient, where we are uplifted as we travel. Here in the Bahamas, particularly in Nassau, I felt so welcome. Everyone has been so nice. When we talk about the art of transition, it's important to mention that you go from one place to another one. You go from one thing to another one. We go through so many different transitions in life, and traveling involves, I don't know how many transitions I've had to go through. The airport. Before even getting to the airport, there's different modes of travel. Coming out of Atlanta, sometimes it's easier just to take the MARTA, and the MARTA drops you straight into the airport. Thank God that my mom was in town and she could actually drop me off at the international terminal. But one of the tips I want to give you all is look at other modes of transportation outside of Lyft and Uber sometimes. Throughout my travels all over the world, I've never been afraid to take public transportation. So for people who are traveling into Atlanta from the airport, look at MARTA as an option. And that'll save you some money. If you have time, that'll save you some money. Here in the Bahamas, from the airport, it took me about $45 to get from the airport to the Atlantis Resort. So make sure that you budget transition and that you're prepared for any type of transition. I hope that I'm continuing to add value. The podcast is going to continue to grow. I can't wait to introduce you to some more amazing guests. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Just know, transitions may not always be easy, but they're necessary to grow. It's been Dr. Erica Jones, the Art of Transition Podcast, baby.